Okay, folks, welcome to Best Stock Charts for the coming week. This is Bob Desmond, and it is the 24th of May. Happy Memorial Day. I want to make an announcement tonight. There will be no Sunday Night Futures Live, given the holiday, but we will be doing Monday Night Futures Live, so please join us, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Monday the 25th, and we will see how we are poised to open up the week. So how was our week last week? Well, it was pretty good. We booked profits on our Southwest Airline position, LUV the symbol, as well as our PayPal position. We made those profits real. PayPal still looks good, so I may regret closing out that trade. We may reopen that one, so the jury's out. And we did open up a few trades last week that are doing well. Those are posted in the members area. And we did close out. This is one trade that did not work out for us, but we stuck by our discipline. We did stop out of our short trade of the triple Qs. They broke out above a resistance level. They closed there, and that was our line in the sand. We had to exit. Am I now bullish on the market because I'm no longer short? No, I'm going to swing trade until such time to the long side until the market breaks. And I'm confident at some point in time, as it always does, it will. But we're not going to fight the market. So let's talk about the symbols that we're watching for the coming week. But before I do that, I'll take you to the blog. And I've already done the analysis. So members, if you're watching, I did the deep dive into these symbols. It's posted in the members area. Just because this says gold, it's open to all members. I've asked my developer to fix this. You don't have to be a gold level member to get access to this. You just need to be a member. And I'm surprised he hasn't fixed that yet. Anyway, I digress. I did a deep dive into all of these symbols and then some. We did some analysis of the market's performance last week, how I expect the markets to behave this coming week, and how we will position ourselves. And I also discuss our current trades. Now, for non-members, I will take you over to our watch list page on the website in the members area. And this is where we have listed the symbols that we're currently watching, the trade type, entry price that we're looking for, price target, and our stop loss. And we'll kick things off with National Beverage Corp. Okay, so I'm going to do a high-level view of Fizz. I discussed Fizz last week on Best Stock Charts. It's posted on the blog in the members area or on YouTube if you want to go back and check it out, or a link to it at the end of this video. And I mentioned last week that we were looking for a breakout, and we got that breakout this past week. Now, are we going to go running in with both feet on Tuesday, buying the shares? No, we're going to use our strategy for entering the position. They're a little bit extended on a daily basis. We have a price point at which we are looking to enter. It's posted in the members area, and I reviewed it yesterday on the week ahead commentary. So members, again, go check that out. Stochastics on a weekly basis rising, RSI rising. Volume, though, could have been better last week. So a very nice breakout, not insignificant, but we want the shares to come to us. Now, the next chart up is Beyond Meat. I'm not going to go over all these symbols, just a few of them. Now, Beyond Meat, on a weekly basis, it's hard to tell here, but I reviewed it on the week ahead commentary, the annotated version, where I show that we broke out above a resistance level last week, and it appears as though we are going to proceed higher in the next week or two. Now, volume last week declined versus the prior week, but it's still healthy volume. We flashed a doji star formation. That's a sign of indecision, but I think odds favor bulls here, given the breakout above a weekly basis, and that we'll probably see a continuation breakout higher. So again, members, I did a deep dive on the week ahead commentary. Go check it out on the members area, please. And you may be saying, why does he keep saying that? There are so many times where I have members, they watch, I guess because it's shorter. Maybe that's what it is. They watch Best Stock Charts, and then they ask me questions about the symbols that I had covered on the members version, and I refer them back over to the week ahead commentary. So I think it's because this is a shorter video. It's easier to digest than what is the week ahead commentary. It's much more in depth, and it's about, this week I think it's about 25 minutes. All right, the next chart up, Canopy Growth, a weed stock. Now, on a monthly basis, we are seeing a nice reversal month. We have a bullish key reversal The month is not over. Anything could happen. We could proceed higher. We could proceed lower. We could close lower for all we know. All right, so we don't want to base our opinion about the trade solely based upon the monthly chart. However, it's worthy to note that with only a few trading days left to go, we have a very healthy candlestick. This is now the second consecutive month where we have not put in a new monthly low, and we now have a new monthly high. So that's good stuff. Does that mean that this downtrend is over? No, it's still in a downtrend. But your Stokes are hooking up with a higher low. RSI beginning to poke out, move up higher. No real breakout yet. Volume so far this month, assuming that we close up, which we probably will, very strong, well above average. So these shares are under accumulation. So again, posted in the members area. Please go check it out, the deep dive. I go over the weekly chart and the daily chart as well on Canopy Growth. The next chart up, Boeing. Now, Boeing is one where I did some analysis way back here, and I warned of a huge head and shoulders setup, left shoulder, head, right shoulder. Here was the neckline, and I warned that we were probably going to break, and sure enough, hammered from an all-time high of $435.56 down to a recent low of 89 bucks. Think about that. But now we have another month where we have not put in a new monthly low. And we're beginning to firm up on a weekly basis, and on a daily basis, we've already broken out. I mentioned this last week that we would probably see a rally in Boeing, and sure enough, we got that rally as we broke out and through this downtrend channel. We now have a higher low. So on the weekend commentary, I went into great detail of as to when we want to open up a position on Boeing. Just because we have a daily breakout does not mean that this stock is out of the woods. A lot of technical damage has been done here, and there's a ton of overhead supply. So you need to enter this trade with your eyes wide open, knowing where you have resistance, and know when you should book your profits. Now, I'll admit that I may just take a few shares and just throw them into my long-term account and hold them for the long term. But by and large, any swing trade I put on, I'm going to take the vast majority of it off, assuming that we're lucky enough to hit our strike price, and then we will take that trade off. And again, obviously hoping that we book a profit. But of course, we already have a stop loss in mind, and it's posted in the members area. The next chart up, Box. Here's a weekly chart, and you can see that we broke out last week after retesting what was resistance at the, let's call it 1750 level, is now support. So a very, very good reversal week last week, and we broke out above not just resistance, but also its 200 period moving average on a weekly basis. Now, again, this stock had a great week last week. It's a little bit extended. We do have a strategy for entering the trade. If it doesn't come to us, then we're not going to execute on the trade, but it's posted in the members area where our stop loss would be, where our entry price would be, and I did some analysis on the weekend commentary posted in the members area yesterday. Stokes look good. A little bit extended here. RSI looking really good. Volume just shy of average. Overall, very, very nice price action here on BOX. And of course, on any of these trades, when we enter a trade or when we exit a trade, we always send out an alert by email and by text, your choice. You can get both, or I'll show you. You go to the members area, the dashboard, then you go down to my notifications, click here, and you can select email, text. Just enter your phone number and make sure that you are enabled. The default is disabled. So select email, text. You can, if you only want email, that's fine, but you're in control here. You can see, since I last came to the screen, I added one more, which is Yang. We're going to go over that in a moment. I'll leave that till last. That's a short of China trade, and that's becoming more and more of an attractive trade. But before we go to that, let's go to the banks. Some legislation was passed. It didn't get much in terms of media attention. Why would they? But the president signed an executive order temporarily deregulating the amount of reserves the banks need to have. And on that, the banks last week flashed a reversal week. They gapped up after a horrible week the prior week. And it looks as though we're getting ready here to break out. Now, we'll trade either one of three, but not all three. It's either going to be FAS, which puts you long of basically the financial sector, or Goldman Sachs, which was up on the week last week as well, gapped up, closed off the highs of the week. I'm not as enthralled with this chart, but it's a possibility. And the other potential trade would be using, I have to go to page 2, the DPST. This is a regional bank ETF. And you can see that we have a double bottom setup here on a weekly basis. Huge volume last week. This is pretty attractive. Stokes are like a coiled spring. So it's either going to be one of the three, either the FAS, the DPST, or Goldman Sachs. Not quite sure yet, but either way, I will have the entry points listed in the members area as well as stop loss points and price targets. Now, the last symbol I want to go over is Yang. This is the Direxion Daily FTSE China Bear 3 times leveraged ETF, right? Very, very volatile. Now, you may be saying, why is this a watch for you? You're already long of it. I remember you talking about it over a week ago. Well, we were stopped out. Here's the chart. And what happened was, I think we were stopped out right below here. We were stopped out on the new weekly low. And then what happened? That was this week here on the week of the 4th. Then what we did last week was that we flashed an outside reversal week on all the horrible news coming out of China. And there's a ton of negative headlines. And this verbal altercation that's going on right now is ratcheting up. And when you have 100,000 dead Americans and rising, it's going to be hard, very, very hard for the next couple of generations to forget what has happened here. And I think that the sentiment regarding China is only going to grow, and it's not good. And what I mean is not the Chinese people. You have a select few privileged, the CCP, Chinese Communist Party. And as long as they're in control, I don't see good things happening for them. And good things if it turns into a kinetic war, and it could quite possibly well. I mean, you could make the argument that it's already begun. You have 100,000 Americans dead, and that's just here in the United States. I'm not going to get too long-winded here, but this is a major problem. It's not being focused enough. And I've even shared with you headlines about Apple moving manufacturing out of China already into India and Vietnam, where we're very bullish on. The Japanese are very aggressively moving manufacturing out of China. They have been for a while now. The Chinese have slapped tariffs on the Australians, who get 1/3 of their trade from China. So Australia's in a world of hurt right now. So back to the price action. Big bullish reversal bar last week. So I'm going to talk more about this tomorrow night on Monday Night Futures Live. So please join us tomorrow night as we talk more about China and the rapidly decaying relationship that we have with them and them with the globe as well. But until tomorrow night, everybody, please enjoy the remainder of your Memorial Day weekend. If you're not currently a member, sign up for a 14-day free trial offer, please. If nothing else, smash that like button. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, please. And again, tomorrow night, Monday Night Futures Live on YouTube, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. There's a link below to an email form. You can enter your email address. You'll not be spammed. You'll get an alert letting you know when we go live 15 minutes prior to going live. And until then, again, enjoy the remainder of your weekend and be well.